You may have heard of AI robots potentially starting to marry humans within the next 10 years, but did you know Elon Musk is deeply in love with Dogecoin itself? Guys, meme coins are starting to pump. Bitcoin's getting a bit of a pullback. This means very key things that we need to watch, and there's altcoins we're going to be accumulating. It's time to discover crypto.
Capital flight is coming to the United States. The dollar is going to zero.
And that's what makes Bitcoin so special.
You have to have gone through a couple cycles to understand.
Once the price is able to clear this level, the breakout is on its way.
This is your indication to jump in now.
Miss Peaches, Peaches. We need to Miss Peaches in the chat here today, guys. But Elon Musk is endorsing Dogecoin once again. Can it reach $1? We're going to be talking about this as well as diving into other meme coins, because when meme coin season starts to run, guys, it means one thing and one thing only, and that's traditionally we get a pretty big pullback in the markets here where we start to be able to accumulate our favorite cryptos in the market. So Bitcoin sitting at $72,000 today, 170 bucks, coming down just about, wow, it feels really good to say this. We're getting a bit of a pullback, which is really not that much of a pullback. But from $73,000 Bitcoin to $72K, it feels good in these markets. Ethereum back under 4K here at 3,900. I think Ethereum, it's safe to say at this point, is highly undervalued. We have the spot ETFs coming out.
Hit refresh. We have fallen below 72K. Warning, another $200.
Oh my goodness, we're down 0.7%. We're down below 3,900. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to altcoins, specifically layer 1s and layer 2s, if we do see something that is the magnitude of a 5, 6, 10% pullback. But BNB here at almost $600. Solana, $168. And of course, on the top 10, there's really not a lot of movers other than scrolling down here, you have Chainlink at $21.11 now. Now, Chainlink, we're going to get to a little bit more in this episode. DZ was showing me some insane analytics, guys. You want to know an altcoin you really want to be picking up at any moment that we see a dip or pullback in these markets? Chainlink is doing unprecedented things.
Yeah, my 3.7 Chainlink is looking laughably small. I feel like I need to accumulate more. And I'm mad at myself for not buying more $5 Chainlink. And sometimes that's just the way things go,
Yeah, I don't know, it's feeling good, and it's one of those blue chips now that I look at in this portfolio. 2021, when you were developing that strong portfolio in a use case where you're like, hey, I need most of my positions in at least this certain asset, that was Bitcoin. It was also Ethereum pushing towards the upper half of that market. People are like, ETH is going to replace Bitcoin. The flippening, all these questionings of, is it going to topple Bitcoin's market cap because it's like the internet layer of, it's the new internet. That started taking this blue chip narrative. Now I believe Chainlink and Polygon Matic fit into those top 4 categories that I have in a comfortable position, at least in my portfolio. I'm sure you're going to say ADA too, but
well, you're making a bold prediction right here. So Chainlink is market cap rank 15, and you're saying it can crack into the top 5. I have a bold take on that. I agree 100%.
Whoa,
yeah, no,
I didn't see it coming.
I think Chainlink could definitely hit a top 5 token valuation. I'm going to pull up a metric, a secret chart that is showing you what Chainlink is doing on a month-by-month basis. And then, like I've said before, I'll say it again, you are not bullish enough.
Look, I have to ask chat, guys. Put 1 in the chat if you think Chainlink could topple XRP in terms of both use case and value, and put 2 in the chat if you think XRP is just going to remain in that top 5 and never be replaced by something like Chainlink. But
we have C90 DZ Cam looking fresh. That lighting in the background changed a little bit, more of a relaxed mood. Yeah, we actually have one bulb that we haven't turned on. Not that it's out or anything. Let us know. Maybe we'll leave it up. Nope.
He's just chilling. Give us, these guys, you need like your cocktail right now. Maybe get some get an old fashioned.
No, now we can afford energy because it's the bull market.
Yeah, the only cock he wants in any tail is going to be Cock Inu, which is a new meme coin that is starting to move. But looking at the top 24 hours here, guys, we have Dog with Hat, Bonk,
oh my gosh,
and Pepe all leading the markets. All right, looks like everybody's spamming 1 in the chat. We got some Link Marines in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Dog with Hat, though, 41% in the last 24 hours. Bonk up 20%. Pepe 15%. Dogecoin, you do have the Ethereum of China, Conflux, and Solana trailing behind with both 11% gains, which is really strong to see. It's also really it's insane to me that we saw Solana drop as low as $8 in the bear market, and it's already back up to $168. I mean, I can't even do the X on that, but as a top 5 altcoin doing that type of gain, is just insane to see. Dogecoin here at 17 cents now, 8.1%, getting a little boost after Elon's endorsement, which we'll get to in just a second. And then you have Phantom and Polkadot. Now, you've been in multiple cycles at this point.
Yes.
What does it traditionally mean when we see meme coins leading the market rally?
When you see meme coins leading the market rally, you got to kind of remember. So Doge pumped the Q1 of 2021. So Doge, but then it did its later pump after Bitcoin had already fallen in April. And so historically, meme coins pump a couple months after Bitcoin pumps, and then everything dumps for a while, and then the cycle resets. However, we're in such a bullish period, and we're kind of in an early period where maybe it's not Bitcoin dumping, it's a cool down period. Bitcoin trades sideways, and then the cycle repeats. We actually put out a meme coin video. I think it came out, 2 days ago, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
And I highlighted a couple of this quote unquote safer meme coin plays. If we share my screen real quick, you can see Dogecoin is up 7.5%. And I've talked about, well, what is your underlying asset doing compared to the other assets? So if you have a Cardano meme coin, Cardano altcoin, is it beating Cardano? And so I highlighted 2 meme coins. But the question is, did they go up higher than 7.5% or lower than 7.5%? Did we beat the Doge pump? I talked about SNEC and I talked about Kulo, and we're going to reveal the price action right now.
Kulo.
Did they beat Doge? Did they beat Doge? Snake beat it slightly, everybody. So we did beat Doge a little bit. We feel pretty good about that call. Kulo, another 40% pump, folks. George is telling you about it early. I talked to George. I tweeted about it. We made a video about it. This one seems like it has a little bit of legs. The market cap is still only $42 million. So
yeah,
kind of a low one for Kulo.
I mean, they're great calls. And now this is kind of the opportunity for anybody that might be new in the crypto markets. If you guys are coming in, you're brand new to the channel, first and foremost, make sure you turn on those notifications and, of course, smash that like button. But I'm going to show you the money flow of crypto, or the money flow chart into crypto. This is historical off the 4-year cycles that we watch. But essentially, you get a phase one. Phase one is Bitcoin. Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing prices to, of course, surge. Phase overlap. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. So that's from Bitcoin. Money flows into phase two, which is Ethereum. In phase two, okay, you get Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin, and we hear talks of course, what did I mention? The flippening, right? Is it going to topple it? Is it going to outpace it? Then you get this phase overlap where money is flowing into large caps. So it starts moving from Ethereum, goes from Bitcoin to ETH to large caps like Polkadot, Cardano, XRP, Chainlink. You start to get this large cap performance, which obviously rolls down into alt season. Now, alt season is where I believe markets are currently kind of sitting. We've been getting these mini alt rallies, not some full out, blown out of proportion alt season just yet, but we've been having mini ones. And what do I mean by that? Well, these are trend seasons where you saw AI or DePIN, metaverses in the past. It could have been FitFi, Web3 gaming. You see these mini explosions in the market that are led by, of course, altcoins. So large caps move into mid caps, which move into, of course, large caps that then start outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it all kind of fluctuates between there. But the last phase in all of this that sees any money is memes. And memes become a part of everyone's portfolio. Everyone gets super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. And that is where I do feel like we've been. And this is why I'm hoping for. I'm not scared of this. I'm ready for that pullback. I think everybody wants to see Bitcoin see its traditional 30% pullback because they want to accumulate more. They've been sidelined on these positions. Now, will we get that or not? I don't know, because we have capital funds, we have wealth management funds that are all saying, hey, if we see Bitcoin drop, we might actually go heavy on these positions. And with these ETFs and the inflows, it's keeping prices a lot higher.
Well, I have a question for you and a question for Chad. If a big institution is not going to buy Bitcoin, they're not going to buy Ethereum, what is the coin that they're going to buy?
Chainlink.
I agree too.
Ooh,
I think it's Chainlink as
man,
well.
we're connected today.
And I wanted to highlight something in 2020. You kind of said where we're at in the market. I'm being reminded with the peaks of narratives. In 2020, we had a DeFi summer. This is Dogecoin in 2020 that I'm sharing right here. And folks, it went from a 2 zeros 1.5 to 2 zeros 4.5. That is a tripling. March, April, May, June, July. In 4 months, Doge tripled during a very, very bearish time. And if you zoom out and just put in the pump, that's what we were talking. Literally this is that. Okay, you can't even see the volatility that was happening right there. But Doge, don't let that flat line fool you. There's a little bit of excitement in 2020. we're kind of seeing that now.
Yeah, and speaking of excitement, whether you guys are coming from TikTok or Twitter or YouTube, guys, make sure you guys smash those like buttons, repost these videos, like the streams, because in the top 24 movers on the downside, the losers of today's event are going to be BitSensor, Akash, Toncoin, ApeCoin, Arbitrum, Optimism, Thorchain, Arweave. I'm going through these quickly, but it's because, guys, I want to see bled in the streets. It's completely normal in this altcoin market that is lower. It's smaller than the entire company of NVIDIA. NVIDIA is larger than almost the entire crypto industry. So, it's going to be normal to get these 10, 15, 20, 30% pullbacks. And those are when you want to accumulate, not when it's this giant green candlestick. So,
I was just going to say, if you hit refresh, Arbitrum fighting for its life for $2 right now. It actually jumped to the third biggest loser. And remember, we're talking about the Arbitrum unlock. Looks like that unlock is at investors a little bit spooked right now. We're going to watch this, see if it breaks that $2 support.
And the unlock is tomorrow?
I'll pull that up right now.
Let's pull that up because I'm very curious. I want to watch Arbitrum. A little fun token here, guys, if you haven't paid attention to it, is I'm really into DeFi and the scalability of these networks. Now, every single layer 2 is going to have a deck. So a little hidden gem for you guys here is something that is on our watch list. I don't own this yet. I do want to accumulate it. The reason why I don't have it yet is because we've been talking about Arbitrum's unlock for months.
46 hours from now. 46 hours from now, $2.2 billion. Now, not all of it's going to be sold immediately. I think some's pretty much semi-vested backroom deals, but $2.2 billion going to be unlocked imminently.
Bullish.
To be honest, we're actually probably getting a cup and handle out of this too. So I'm going to definitely probably have to do a video on this, or at least talk about in today's Discord stream. But this is a DEX on the chain for Arbitrum that I would be paying attention to.
I think it starts pumping 12 hours before the unlock. I think all the sell pressure is exhausted at that point. I think it's going to be priced in.
What happens if it's 13 hours before? Do we blame you?
Then you throw me out the window.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of throwing something out the window, Elon Musk is throwing Doge outside of Earth. He has announced that Dogecoin announced Dogecoin at the Tesla factory in Germany. Can Tesla be purchased with Doge? I still believe, did we already send Doge to outer space? Or is there still a Dogecoin wallet or one Doge?
Someone tried to send a little bit of Bitcoin and a little bit of Doge upwards. We covered this in ATB and about 3-4 months ago. It exploded. And it wasn't, I don't think it was a SpaceX rocket launch. It was one of the competitors. It exploded in orbit, or it exploded on liftoff. And it burnt some out of the supply.
I was going to say, that's the ultimate burning mechanism, is just bursting into flames in the atmosphere. But the tech entrepreneur, known for his support of the meme-inspired digital currency, noted that the option to buy a car with Dogecoin could become available in the future, adding another layer to the cryptocurrency's growth integration into mainstream commerce. You have Tesla already allows customers to purchase products using Dogecoin, but Musk's comment suggests that crypto payment options could be expanded to include the company's flagship electric vehicles. So this is pretty cool, coming at least for Dogecoin. Can it get back to $1? Look, Dogecoin's the oldest meme coin on the market. It continues to perform cycle out of cycle. It's literally outlived the majority, 99.99999% of the cryptos on this market. And so can it get back to $1? I don't know, but can we see Dogecoin at 60, 70 cents again?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a not that well-known term. It's called the Lindy effect, and we share my screen here, also known as Lindy's Law. And any Linds in the chat, hit that like button. Lindy's effect, what's his face? There's Johnny Hopper always talks about this. It is a theory that holds that the life expectancy of a non-perishable thing, such as a technology, is directly correlated with its age. A lot of nerdy talk for saying the longer something's around, the more likely it sticks around. And so Doge, being the oldest meme coin, in a way, under this theory, has the highest percent probability for success.
Well, it's up 13% or 14%, I guess, from the time Elon made that announcement here. And of course, accepting Doge's payments would be huge in terms of adoption. You have the Dogecoin. I'm very curious to see where the Dogecoin millionaire is at, because I haven't followed him in a very long time. I remember the last time I think I watched him was when he went on Graham Stephan's podcast and went from being told, hey, take out at least $1 million or $2 million, put it into your ETFs, pay off your credit cards, and let the rest ride, to holding it all the way to the bottom. And now I think he is, in fact, a millionaire again. I think we have to definitely look that up.
Fun fact, I'm almost embarrassed. I bought $200 worth of Doge today. I have a little bit of extra cash on my Robinhood account, and we were talking about the stocks today. Robinhood is printing money. I bought this publicly on stream, 3 months ago. Remember, I just bought on Robinhood, swiped up. If you bought with me, we are all up about 100%. I think we got in at $9. It's now $18. So Robinhood is up. And so I saw some cash. I am still a believer in Doge, even at these prices.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, chat, from you guys too. What are your Dogecoin price predictions? Because we're going to be talking about as well more altcoins that have been moving. We have Dog with Hat, which has become the 4th largest meme coin as community completes fundraising for Las Vegas Sphere showing. I think it's funny, right? A lot of people trash on meme coins. I'm not a fan of meme coins. I don't touch meme coins. I prefer, if I want to gamble, I'm going to go play poker because I'm really good at it and I have a lot higher of a chance of coming out with more money, right? To me, meme coins are simply gambling. There's no utility to these, right? Now, you can't ignore the fact, though, that this is a multi-billion-dollar market. So when you see these financial analysts on CNBC or Yahoo Finance or Fox News or CNN laugh with their rich elite laughs, like, yeah, it's just because they have no idea what's going on and traditional finance is on the way out. And this is obviously bridging a lot of people to crypto. So you got to give it some value.
They laugh like a Street Fighter 2 character, like in Bison, like ha, ha, ha. I think Dog with Hat is probably going to dump after the ad. I think there's a lot of anticipation, like, oh my God, we're going to throw this dog on the sphere and everyone's going to buy. No, they're not.
Yeah, I completely agree. So this is Dog with Hat going on the Las Vegas Sphere. That is a Buy the Rumor, Sell the News event if I've ever seen one. And these just come in cycles. So
I think it go higher longer. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, specifically the next 12, 24 hours after this, I'm not expecting too much bullish action.
Expect some volatility here. So the Solana's blockchain, red hot meme coin, though, guys, is heading to Las Vegas. Well, it's kind of the biggest takeaway is we think it's going to be Buy the Rumor, Sell the News here. Avalanche's Cock, though, and Cardano's Snick lead another meme coin in early bull run. So this, I'm going to have to save for you guys. You need to go check out the video DZ just posted on our channel, I think 2 nights ago.
And you know what? I actually say, hey, Cock has a high market cap. Look at these other 2 coins. So I'm feeling good about giving that call.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yeah, that is how you pronounce it.
It's down
no way
now.
around it. It's down currently.
Yeah. If I check right now, if we go ahead and pull it up, it is now down 3.8. Oh, okay. 4.5%. Heck of a selling pressure right there. It was up an hour ago, but now you see a little bit of a correction there.
And if you guys don't think capital firms aren't paying attention, we have Franklin Templeton now releasing new report for meme coins. The hot area of the market is there is a Solana detail within this report. Global asset management firm Franklin Templeton recently published a research note. Let me zoom out just a little bit more. Can't pull it over here at all. Can I do this?
You move the whole, yeah, there you go. Little left, little left.
Little left,
we can see the left. We can see the desktop.
There you go. Global asset management firm Franklin here, guys, published a research note highlighting the intriguing relationship between meme coins and their native networks. The company argues that despite their inherent volatility and lack of intrinsic value, meme coins maintain a solid bond with their native network. The research note published Wednesday uses Solana-based meme coin Bonk as a case study. We believe meme coins have a strong relationship with their native networks. The report states, he also noted that in the 4th quarter of last year, the Solana network captured a significant percentage of activity across all active addresses, which coincided with the price increase of Bonk. Franklin Templeton's report also includes a chart summarizing the evolution of activity across various networks associated with meme coins. Blockchains such as Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, Optimism are all mentioned in this chart. Over the past year, crypto markets have seen multiple meme coins rise parabolically, and the finance giant observed. However, this is the last part here, the reports are also including a warning. While meme coins may appeal to some crypto investors due to their low fees and potential for quick profits, Franklin Templeton warns that these tokens are particularly worthless on their own. So I have to say I agree.
Yeah. 99% of them are going to fail. Just like 99% of contemporary art goes to zero, and just like 99% of restaurants. Well, not 99%, but most things upon launch are going to fail. I want to read chat a couple questions here, or a couple comments.
Wow.
One, we did a poll. Can Chainlink overtake XRP? And the people have spoken. 73% say yes. Yes, it can. So 3 out of 4 are saying yes, it can. Slum Doge Millionaire is now a millionaire. He posted 7 hours ago. He's sitting at 1.9 million on Doge. And Coke is French for rooster, pronounced like Coke. Let's see. They sold their order a little too soon. That's unfortunate. And some of these comments are pretty funny. I'm just not going to read them.
Yeah, J-Rad says we look really happy today. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. Peng here, Hoovit. We have how come at what are our price predictions for Doge though? If you wanted to scroll up, we did ask for some price predictions. Curious to know if we saw any dollars or 80-cent Doge. We have 80 cents as well. $2 at the moon. 24, 33, 58. That's a lot of price
99
predictions.
cents. Okay.
99.
We'll go above $1. All right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, let's get to the real alpha here today. We will be having TA on in just a second with Tim, the weatherman, the crypto TA expert here. But ultimately, we got to start off by saying, where are we at right now? Bitcoin surges to record highs as institutional inflows propel market towards $80,000 milestone. On March 13th, just before the Wall Street trading session commenced, Bitcoin achieved a new milestone in price discovery, demonstrating a bullish edge over selling pressures. This achievement was recorded with Bitcoin reaching unprecedented highs of $73,679 on Bitstamp. According to CoinGlass, resistance at 73.8 briefly capped further advances. However, the path towards 80K appeared largely unobstructed and a sentiment supported by minimal liquidation levels. He cautioned that historically a peak in these inflows often signals a critical juncture to exit the market with the following 2 to 3 months. As of March 13th, the combined holdings of the two largest ETFs managed by Blackrock and Fidelity Investments amounted to over 330,000 Bitcoin. So, Tim, obviously we are having articles come out and publishing saying, hey, 80K is right around the corner. Perhaps even 100K is not too far, past that. We do have major resistance levels and major support levels below us. So what should the audience be expecting as, we see Bitcoin's price struggling to break out of the $72,000 range? I have to open vMix.
No, your vMix is open, right? Oh, wait a minute. Are we going to?
It is. I'm refreshing.
We're in the Matrix right now, everybody.
In the Matrix.
You just learned Kung Fu.
Wait, who do we need? Do we need
someone? DZ, start singing for some passive music.
Hey, everybody. All right, we'll do a little elevator muzak.
Watch this.
Let's see.
Boom.
Taylor Swift songs. Go ahead, throw out your requests.
I hear him.
Oh, wait, I hear Tim, the tool man,
There he
Taylor.
is.
Thank goodness. I was getting scared. He was actually going to start singing.
Sorry.
Welcome, Tim. Investi Brohan. Welcome to the stream.
That's
How you
good.
doing?
That's good. I told Nick before the stream to surprise me, and he never disappoints. So shout out to Nick Demondi. I was going to give a hot take before we talk about Bitcoin here. You guys are talking about Chainlink in the top 5. I'll do you one better. Chainlink top 3 before the bull market is said and done.
No way it beats Tether.
It's going to. Well, don't count stable coins. You never know what stable coins are going to do. I'm talking about actual cryptocurrency, like coins that go up and down and don't just stay to $1. So I think it takes out XRP, Solana, and BNB.
Wow.
And takes that number 3 spot behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. There will be no flippening, not this market at least. That's my initial take there. Let's see about Bitcoin, though. You guys are talking a lot here. 80K is actually one of the levels that I have been watching. If I share my screen here, and I believe did I not share my screen? I think, what did I do? There we go. All right.
There we go. We're looking at it
Let's
now.
go. Let's take a look here. Now, this is the logarithmic chart. I like to stay on logarithmic as much as possible, but sometimes you do go to the linear chart. There is a key Fibonacci level. It's technically a little bit above 80. It's actually here at about 81,600. That would be the 1.236 on Fibonacci extension. This is something that now that we're in price discovery mode, again, for the first time since back there in November 2021, there's not a lot of indicators you can use in TA to pinpoint exactly, but Fibonacci extension is one of them for sure. And you got to go down to the linear chart to get the next level. Because if I stay on the log chart, the 1.236 is coming in here pretty much right there at 100K at about 98,000. But right now there is a level saying 80K is significant, but I have my eyes fixed on something else before we get there. 75K is the level that I'm watching as the next potential resistance zone. We might not get to it, though. You guys can see here on the 4-hour chart, we're in a rising wedge since this big volatility. Yep. Some of the biggest volatility we've had on Bitcoin recently. I mean, there was 120% pullback back here in January, but as a whole, Bitcoin's been doing nothing but up into the right, except for this day back here on March 5th. Well, we opened up a nice spread of volatility and then have gotten constricted once again. Now, here's the thing about this rising wedge. Historically, they break to the downside, right? But if there's anything we've learned about this bull market, it is this time is different. There's absolutely a chance it just blasts up to the upside. But I am looking potentially for maybe a bounce off this bottom yellow line, a move up to 75K. That's a very strong psychological level that people have been referencing a lot. And maybe a move back down to 64 as a nice level of support with a good breakout right there. I also, I know you guys were talking about earlier, Josh, I'm in 100% agreement with you that I would love to see a 30% retracement, so that I can fill up even more before this crazy bull market happens. And I want you guys to take a look at something out in the weekly chart. Let's go to a different chart. It's a little cleaner here. We're getting close to the halving. And historically, we kind of mixed matches with the halving. We dipped because of COVID shortly before the halving and then rallied into it, right? But I think we're seeing a lot of similarity in price action to the 2016 bull market, where look how just a couple of weeks we're having, we topped out, had a nice 40% pullback, a little bit 20% before the halving, 20% afterwards, before that bull market just got ridiculous. Also, not only would it be nice to kind of see that repeat happen, but take a look at what is kind of forming right here. If we were to go ahead and find some resistance along this trend line right here, right? This is not quite flat, but it's close enough for government work, I like to say. And if we had some form of a 40% pullback, 30% pullback, maybe we pull back down here back towards 50K, give or take, maybe 48. 48 to me is the key level at this point. 32 is just too far away for me to think that we're going to pull back that far. But 48, the former golden pocket, the former significant resistance that a lot of people thought was going to be the top of this pre-halving run. What if we pull back down to that level and then come back to the upside? And now all of a sudden we have ourselves a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. This is very futuristic looking, but I would love to see this happen.
All right. I like the long term, but now I want some degen stuff. All right. So we can share my screen real quick. I just opened a long, literally at the beginning of you talking, and I'm already up over 50, 60 bucks right now. This is on Cardano on Blofin. So I'm trading on Blofin. We got a link down right below. If you want to get a little bit of a very, very small portion of your portfolio and you want to have a little bit of fun, I'm trading on 5x leverage right now. So I'm not going super crazy. You can see it right now. We're up about $50, $60. What is the short-term chart looking like on Cardano? And the reason I ask, we fell a nickel in about 3-4 hours, and it felt like it was just a little oversold to me. And then I saw a slight bounce. You can see it right here with the slightly higher low. And so I just went ahead and I deployed the trade right there. You can see, and wow, it is print. Now we're 69, 60. Dang it, 64 now. But still, the thing is moving. So what do you see on the short-term Cardano?
You want to see something disappointing, DZ? I'm
about to move it. Should I go ahead and close it?
No. It's good for you. Disappointing for me. We're on the same wavelength. I entered a limit long on Cardano literally about an hour ago. I put my level, or not quite an hour ago necessarily, but after I saw this big wick here, I put a level at 75.31, just kind of somewhere in the middle, looking for a bounce back. And we wicked down to 75.49. I was a little too aggressive. I'm going to hold on for now because these markets have a way of bouncing. But what I'm looking at that I was wanting to enter that, here, let's start on the hourly chart. And this is where I really love using Lux Algo and the tools. You're going to see we have order blocks coming in right at this level, as well as our smart trail concept. We did have a nice, on the hourly chart, a nice number 4 bearish confirmation that came in with this candle, which means usually you should have a little more way to go. There's an outside chance we make it all the way down here to 73 or even down low to 70 based off what the hourly chart's saying. But you come in even closer towards this 15-minute. It is looking like we're kind of bouncing right along this 155 simple moving average here on the 15-minute chart. So that's where I got a little bit too aggressive. But the oscillators are not necessarily screaming back up just yet. We are getting bullish confirmation right here. But let's see if that money flow. Oh, it is curving, man. It wasn't curving a couple minutes ago when I was looking. I was hoping we have a little more to the downside, but right now it is looking like potentially that long could be very good, DZ. We got a green reversal down here. You love seeing reversals, the bullish. Let's get some oscillator movement to the upside, but that bullish confirmation that we're moving to the upside and money flow starting to move back to the upside. This is probably my number 1 trading tool, looking at this Lux Algo oscillator and using the confirmation of all 3 of those to the upside. I was just hoping it would go a little bit lower, but I think you played yourself here well, DZ, and I'll tell you, the next level to keep an eye on potentially, at the very least, we're talking about making maybe a move back up here towards 77 cents. Let's kind of zoom out and see what the hourly chart is saying. It's not really necessarily anything screaming there. You could see a move back up to this white line, retest the 78-cent zone. As a whole, what I would tell you is just look for a good pump, get some good profit, take your money out, maybe in the 5-minute chart. Let's see if we see anything significant. Maybe just a move back up here, 77 cents. All right, so that's 3 different charts I was looking at that have things in that zone. I would say for you, a good take profit, 77, 77.3 cents, give or take. That's where the 155 5-minute SMA is coming in. You see the smart trail coming very quickly to the downside. We're close to equilibrium. We also saw on those other time frames some take profit or stop loss levels in that area. This was a rejection literally about 30 minutes ago. So that would be a nice safe trade for your long here on Cardano.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to move up. We have a streak of green trades on this channel. I try to open them live when I can. So we opened up this one live. I just didn't, I should have just interrupted you. I didn't want to interrupt you. You're dropping that alpha. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss into profit. If we can share my screen. I see a couple wicks. I'm going to come in below these wicks. And I'm going to just follow these 5-minute candles. If we keep setting higher and higher 5-minute candles, I'm going to keep moving my stop loss higher and higher into profit. So yet another guaranteed green trade. We love seeing it. And this is, once again, Blofin. Shout out to Blofin.
Yeah, shout out to Blofin. Always, Tim, always great having you on. Thank you for joining us today.
Adios, guys. Take care.
I got a few solid levels I want to look at too, just some updates, because we had a super chat come in from Retro Gamer asking us about Jake Cleaver's thought on the 100K cycle.
Last night's ATB. If you're not watching ATB, you got to get in there, folks. Not enough of you are watching it. We drop hot takes with professionals there, and Jake Claver said, Bitcoin never going to 100K. He didn't say this cycle. He said ever. He was asking, what's our take here? I just firmly disagree. I don't want to throw Jake under the bus. Jake was in Dubai. He was listening to some people. Jake heard some tether FUD. I think he's just feeling a little fearful for the markets right now. I can't match his fear, though.
Yeah, look, if we want to talk about, are we at a local top? Like, I believe there is a lot of potential being near that top. That's why I've been telling you guys, I'm positioning myself to take out like 90% of my profits by the Bitcoin halving. Now, I'm taking a lot of my AI and DPIN. We've been selling out of that and rolling it over into Bitcoin layer 2s and a lot of the Rune development that is taking place there, because I believe that's going to be the next 100 to 1000x industry. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And that's how much money is still able to be captured on Bitcoin's network because it's untapped. That's coming from Sora Ventures. That's coming from venture capitalists. That's why Marathon is investing in the Slipstream. If you guys saw last night's video, they just launched their own Bitcoin layer 2 called Enduro, which you can't buy. They're not going to have a token or anything. They're developing their own side chains. But it does mean we're going to see a breakout with that in that industry. So 100K Bitcoin, I can't ever... I'm going to have to say I disagree with that completely as well. I think Bitcoin could hit $657,000 in the next 10 to 15 years when comparing its marginal cost of production to the production behind gold mining. If you're competing it as or comparing it to digital gold or as a commodity, which is how the SEC and really every industry and everybody around the globe looks at it now, if you're comparing it from that front, you're starting to convert excess energy, negative energy, all the flare emissions, oil companies, Exxon, ConocoPhillips, you have Gazprom, which is Russia's largest oil provider, all investing in the Bitcoin mining and infrastructure. You have the Middle East investing billions upon billions of dollars to mine more Bitcoin. And as we see that supply get cut in half, cycle after cycle after cycle, and that demand increase cycle after cycle after cycle, I think this is going to be a long time coming where we see a breakout well past it. Now, in the short term, though, I wanted to say over the next coming months, guys, there is some levels I'm watching. So on high block here, and make sure you guys smash that like button if you appreciate all the alpha. But we don't have significant leverage positions or support leverage positions. I can't speak right now, but liquidations. I was looking for liquidations is the right word. Significant liquidation levels until the 50K zone. And so what this means, we do not have to come back to these levels because obviously we had the spot Bitcoin ETF launch. There's a lot of new financial products and, there's moments in history. Amazon's never going to go see, 8 cents again on its stock price, right? Mm-hmm. But these are key areas of support you want to watch as you enter these bull runs. So right now, what I like doing is on the 7 days, you can see that we have significant resistance at 75K. That is what the bright yellow colors are, chat. So that's significant resistance. The support is at 66. So can we get a pullback? Historically, cycle after cycle, the 4-year cycle tells us that we should expect a 30% pullback. That is normal. Getting these 8 times in a cycle, it's completely normal. Will we get it? I don't know, and I have to disagree with the 100K theory here from Jake.
Someone had a question. Where you mentioned Enduro. Where can you buy it? It looks like you can't buy it, correct?
Yeah, you cannot buy Enduro, but they are and have stated in their white paper that they are looking to collaborate and partner with development in the industry. So I expect this. I expect Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy, who is making billions and raising hundreds of millions. They are becoming a Bitcoin development company. He has said that on the news, on live interviews. You have the largest Bitcoin miners in the country, backed by Blackrock, investing into Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin layer 2s and infrastructure because they want to scale the network. I expect collaborations. I expect money. I expect Justin Sun. I expect CZ. I expect all these people to tap into that network, and we're already starting to see it.
Someone else had a question about Moonwell. I looked at Moonwell while Josh was talking. It doesn't seem like a terrible product, and I just made a little video on Glimmer, aka Moonbeam. So I might try to look at that as essentially a DeFi on Base, but also Moonbeam. It does have Aerodrome as a competitor, but if it has an ex-Coinbase employee, I would want to see, did Coinbase Ventures invest in this? And if so, I'd be a lot more bullish.
Yeah, and speaking of bullish though, let's get another analyst perspective. Adam Black says that 100K is completely overdue. A figure revered within the cryptocurrency community and cited by Satoshi Nakamoto. Someone cited by Satoshi Nakamoto in the Bitcoin white paper has recently pointed out that Bitcoin's ascent to 73,737, an all-time high, has been met with muted enthusiasm, expecting much more price action to the upside. Now, I don't need to go into those key levels, but again, you have analysts predicting higher ranges at this point. Bitcoin to peak by December at 200K. I'm not the guy that thinks we're going to go to 200K this cycle. I'm sorry. I'm just not that guy. It's maybe because I'm a conservative in the sense of my portfolio and risk management. And that just might be because I've also been buying this entire bear market. These have been buying this entire bear market. Nick behind the computer has been mining everything when they hit their lows in the bear market. We've seen 10, 50, 20, 100 X's. And now I'm like, all right, retail's jumping in. Look, I think 100K is there. If everybody on the market's saying 150 to 200K, I think we're going to end up in the same exact scenario of 2021 when a lot of hosts and a lot of creators are saying 100K is inevitable. It's happening within a few months. I'm going to be very cautious and take profit.
Plus, we're once bitten, twice shy. We recall the calls for 200K in 2021. And then I remember thinking, well, 200 seems unrealistic. Yeah. But that other person is saying 120. 120 seems realistic when I'm seeing 200 and 300. So I really thought Bitcoin was going to hit 100K in 2021. Of course, we got shaken out of that, and now we're just a little bit more conservative. Yes, Coinbase Ventures invested in them. I'm a little bit bullish. I might try to deploy some of that Glimmer into that. And thoughts on HNT Helium
for which project?
That's the one they were talking about earlier, which is the Well.
Oh, Moonwell. Moonwell. Nice.
Well, yeah, if Coinbase Ventures invested in it, it's on Base. I mean, it's probably going to do pretty well. I would.
So one could say they have Moonbacks.
Yes, and you can't buy it on Coinbase yet, so there's still a pump yet to be had.
Interesting. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming for sure. We also have 277K small holders entering the market, so retail is here with $200 million worth of inflows coming into ETFs, and this is coming from VanEck Bitcoin ETFs. He's record 200 million in inflows after slashing fees. So more asset management companies, guys, are starting to compete with the Blackrocks, the Fidelities, not the Vanguards, because they're obviously making a huge mistake, but they are lowering their fees to 0 before this Bitcoin halving. As they get their RIAs to just go market their new products, they want to be the most competitive on the market, and they're slashing their fees till the end of March. So there's going to be hundreds of millions and billions of billions of billions of dollars in inflows coming this rest of this March.
This chart tells that tale better than anything. Billions of inflows coming in. This is the chart for showing Bitcoin's holding by MicroStrategy and Blackrock, and it's a timeline thing. Let's look at this. It's gonna
yeah.
That's Blackrock, everybody. That's Blackrock right there. So, MicroStrategy, hey, slow and steady wins the race, except for Blackrock is like this. If this isn't a this isn't a hare, this isn't a rabbit. This is a rabbit on meth. This is a rabbit with the same tiger blood that Charlie Sheen has.
This just tells me I should really trust the bankers and all these analysts that say we're not going to go higher because, of course, why would BlackRock have this straight line up to the right if we can pull that chart up again? Look at that. It is just blue and up to the right. Should we trust banks? Because, apparently Bitcoin has no utility, has no intrinsic value. It's worthless, and it's not going to last longer than gold or fiat or anything. But that line tells me different. That is huge. And this is honestly the perfect face to see with that. This is Michael Saylor's face looking at that chart. He's like, are you kidding me right now? We'll have to wait a second to get the chart switched back. But MicroStrategy announces another senior notes offering to buy more Bitcoin. So as you guys know, MicroStrategy's been buying tons and tons of Bitcoin. The company on Wednesday announced that it was proposing another offering, this time for $500 million of the convertible senior notes due to 2031. Here's Saylor's face right there for you. The company added that it could raise an additional $75 million from the offer. It's probably so easy for him to raise money right now. He goes, I told you. Yeah. I've made billions and billions and billions of dollars. He's like, you want in? They finally like, oh, let me in, please. I see that blue line. Get me in that blue line. They're ready to.
And Blackrock is taking the lion's share, right? You know, they're kind of taking the wins. You know, everyone's like, so when you think of this frenzy of ETF activity you're kind of alluding to, you think of Blackrock. Well, we have another metric right here. The weakest Bitcoin ETF. They're ranked number 10, right? They're all the way down there at the bottom, lagging everybody. Look how many thousands of Bitcoin, fund assets, 15,000 Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin, hundreds of Bitcoin. Ranked number 10, we have them. They only came in with 74 Bitcoin worth. But out of all 108 ETFs launched this year so far, they're number 10 in Bitcoin. They are the 16th most successful ETF launched this year.
16th most successful. Well,
yeah.
Speaking of success, guys, there's 1,000 of beautiful people watching this stream right now, guys. We have 219 likes. Let's go ahead and make sure we close that gap on that like button, guys. You know the drill. When we hit 500 likes, we drop always a gem for you on this channel. And I have an entire new Bitcoin watch list. I created it last night. The Discord has it right now. But if we hit that 500 likes live on stream right now, which you can do in 2 seconds, I will drop that entire Bitcoin layer 2 in DeFi watch list. It's the first ever. They don't exist on CoinMarketCap. They don't exist on CoinGecko. This is like when I built the Desci portfolio watch list over a year and a half ago. It is that early.
Great segue for Ezekiel's question here.
Wow. DZ Josh, are you still bullish on Desci? Are you still invested into it? Seems like you don't talk about it anymore. Yeah, 100%. I'm still invested into Desci heavily. The reason why I don't talk about it is, guys, I'm very honest with you and transparent in where everything's currently sitting in Desci. Desci is not comprehensible to the majority of content creators and influencers that are shilling it right now. They have no idea what they're talking about. They are just being paid and they're just pushing prices higher. There is a ton of value and beautiful opportunity in Desci, though. This is enhancing scientific discovery. By I'm talking 1,000-fold. This is allowing scientists and researchers globally on a decentralized scale, no longer controlled by the value of death, which is created by Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson and Merck and all these evil pharma companies. You're allowing universities to speak globally. The amount of value that comes from what's being developed in these VALs is huge. The thing is again, you can't market it. It's very hard to market that industry. So what have I been telling you guys? I've been telling you CZ is going to launch a biotech company. Whenever that day is announced, it will pump the prices. It's that, or whenever Coinbase's Brian Armstrong lists a Desci token on Coinbase. Whichever day happens first, that is going to move those markets. And that was proved when we had been in Desci for over a year. We had accumulated at $1 million market caps, $2 million market caps. People were telling me, Josh, you're crazy. These are stupid. They have no utility. They have no NFTs. There's no meme, right? However, CZ simply tweeted out. He didn't even do anything. He just said, I'm really looking into developing a biotech company.
Josh, there's no meme.
Yeah, there's no meme. Well, there's no meme about CZ pumping billions of dollars.
Here's what's going to happen, folks. There's going to be a snapback. And I'm not talking about the caps I used to wear. There's going to be a snapback to quality. There's going to be a snapback to fundamentals. There's going to be a snapback to, wait, does this actually have revenue? Once that happens, maybe it's a month from now, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's 2-3 months from now. That's when Desci will be popular again. Because people are going to say, wait a minute, we're buying all these tulips that don't do anything. It's all speculation play. I want things that have revenue, which kind of takes me to, I'm just going to segue into CCIP revenue.
Go for it. Let me say one more thing on that for the alpha on the Desci, because then I want to tell them after you talk about Chainlink, we're going to probably just go into some altcoin talk here. The other thing is, it's just like asset managers like Blackrock. Blackrock for years told you this won't work.
Asset managers? Like they put tabs on
They're just dropping acid and they're going, no, asset managers. I can't speak, I guess, today. Ultimately said for years, they're like, Bitcoin's a money laundering index. Retail shouldn't touch this. It has no value. And then they come out and launch what is the greatest financial product to ever exist, which is a Bitcoin spot ETF. Pharmaceutical companies are doing the same thing with Desci. And you already have Pfizer Ventures, their head venture, the person that leads that entire sector, he's investing in Divided Out. So they're starting to get their toes wet. And this is the opportunity that will allow them to break away from the kind of corner they painted themselves into over the last 50 years due to lobbying and policies and regulations. So huge opportunity coming.
Yeah, huge opportunity in the Discord as well. Kelly with the $10 super chat. Go into the Discord. We'll tell you all these calls that we're buying. Post Tulip story is BS, in my opinion. It does seem a little bit not real when you look at the numbers that they're talking about. Is Helen Keller real? What's real anymore? All right, but let's talk about revenue. Let's talk about quality projects. So when I think about revenue and quality, I think about Chainlink, everybody. And Chainlink, this not many people are talking about this. We found, I dove in. This is Dune Analytics. Hit that like button if you like this live research, everybody. And if you're new to the channel, we are here live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you content 7 days a week. So make sure you go ahead and make sure you're subscribed. This is Chainlink CCIP, Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol, aka this is how other entities are going to talk amongst themselves. They're going to talk amongst themselves. So if you got a bank, they want to do a transfer. JP Morgan wants a customer to transfer funds to Morgan Stanley. They're going to use CCIP. Say there's going to be real world assets where your car deed is on the blockchain. They're going to use CCIP. And there's just a lot of use cases for Chainlink. But now let's get into the numbers, folks. Chainlink fees have been on a parabolic run. This is the cumulative fees in USD. This is a month-by-month basis. No, I'm sorry. This is about quarterly. This is quarterly basis right here. Let's scroll down. They threw me off with the reverse month thing. Well, anyways, stupid Europeans. I kid. These are the network fees month after month. And look how bullish this is, folks. You are not bullish enough on Chainlink. And the reason you're not bullish enough, this is basically testnet. This isn't open for the public. This is a private CCIP framework being used. December, crickets. January, okay, now we're starting to see a little bit of action here. All right, because this is only 30,000. This is 60,000. Then we go and do $500,000, 494,000. And right now on pace above $1 million, $1.01 million in network fees USD. Big institutions like Blackrock are going to look at this. They're going to look at the growth rate and they're going to start giving this tech valuations. And then if you look at the valuations for what they're making in revenue, I think it's a 33x. Good tech valuations are closer to 100x, 300x, 400x. So that $100 Chainlink, a lot more possible than you think.
Wow. Yeah, that's only a 5x from here. Again, Chainlink, blue chip for sure on the market. We also have Bitcoin Critic here, guys, and we do have a few questions coming in. We're going to answer on altcoins like Amino and stuff in this episode for you guys, I promise. Just make sure you stick around. And again, got to hit that 500 likes to get that crypto watch list here. But Bitcoin Critic, Peter Schiff regrets missing out on Bitcoin investment in early days. I would have bought it just betting on other people being dumb. It's trying to say that I would have bought it just bet. Like, this makes no sense. Peter Schiff is backpedaling because he has been wrong for over a decade, almost 2 decades at this point, and it's exhausting. Here's his video where I think Raul GMI identified why Peter Schiff hates Bitcoin. He missed it. Here we go.
Well, but of course, look, yes, do I regret? I mean, I remember when I was sitting at my desk and a guy working with me on my campaign, they were showing me Bitcoin. And the guy was like, look, just buy some. What the hell? And I looked at it, and I don't remember if it was under $1 or over $1, because I can't remember. But I remember
around
it was
$1.
Like 2010. And I remember I thought about it. Yeah, I could throw 10 grand in it, 50 grand. I don't know. I thought about it, and I didn't do it. I was like, this is ridiculous. But what am I went away from it. But I thought about it. I thought about all the odds.
This is the part.
And I didn't see this kind of bubble potential. I mean, I thought, yeah, maybe it could go up, but I just didn't want to deal with it. Now, obviously, do I wish I had made a decision to have thrown 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand into it? Sure, yeah. I mean, it'd be worth hundreds of millions, assuming I didn't sell. I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, this is just backpedaling. This debate was really good between Raul Paul. What do you got?
He's coping.
It's cope.
It's cope. Cope harder, Schiff. No one's buying your books, dude. You were wrong. Gold is not outperforming anything.
He would, all right, so say he bought $1.50 Bitcoin. He would have sold at $2.50. He would have sold at $4. He would not have diamond handed to $100, let alone 1,000, let alone 10,000, let alone riding the whole bear market and holding at 70,000. Just would not have happened. Dale, thank you for the $5 super chat.
I don't even believe his friend told him about Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you, I don't even believe it. I don't believe that story was. I feel like that just came out.
No, I was throwing pocket sand to Dale. That's a King of the Hill reference.
Oh, no,
only Dales get it. Okay,
I was pulling out of my ass for Peter Schiff.
Some say Dale or Schiff. Schiff looks like he doesn't look like his parents are related. Come on now.
Well,
dang it, Dale.
Well, we have financial markets tense as inflation rise suggests U.S. central bank may keep rates steady. We've talked about this a lot on the channel. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS, released its monthly inflation briefing indicating a 3.2% rise over the last year. The core CPI discounting food and energy costs, the two things that every American relies on, edged up by 0.4%. This update had a mixed impact on the markets, with certain benchmark stocks advancing, while others, including the NASDAQ and S&P 500, experienced declines on Wednesday. So this is actually why I think we are seeing a bit of a pullback in the markets. The NASDAQ and the S&P fell back a little bit after those interest rates, the inflation rates came out a little bit higher than expected. You see, a lot of analysts, they've been expecting a Fed rate cut by June, and now it's seeming more and more likely that it's going to be the latter half of this year, approaching Q3. And if that's the case, again, we are at this major macro event where if the Feds cut interest rates, people historically think that's bullish, but it's in fact bearish. If you look at 2008, if you look at 2009, if you look at the correlation between the Feds cut their interest rates and the stock market, they always cut their interest rates because something breaks in the economy.
They're cutting it because things are going poorly. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, if things are going bad, they do this thing. So if they're doing this thing, maybe things are going bad.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, this is the argument now where Bitcoin has shown it has survived the regional bank crisis in early 2023 March, when we had Silicon Valley Bank go under, and obviously Silvergate and all those issues, and all the politicians get away, like Newsom, who had his banking there. Of course, they bailed him out, all that stuff. You guys remember that? All of that saw Bitcoin flash crash to like 19K. Everybody's like, it's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. Ends up pumping to like $42,000 over the next few months. So Bitcoin is this hedge against inflation. It's outpacing every currency in the globe at this point, and it's going to be a top.
You just brought up
top
a
provider.
Pump, you know, and a lot of people are wondering. Dale tried to throw a question with that. Which projects would be the best to invest $4,000 in now before they pump? A lot of people do want to know what's going to happen before they pump. You know, it's funny. The last time someone asked me that question, folks, I said, well, you know, that book token is doing very well because they want to know a lower market cap coin. They're like, don't give me that top 100 bull crap. Give me that degen stuff. Folks, we are on our way to a nickel. Just, was it yesterday we were celebrating breaking 4 cents? Or is it the day before?
4 cents.
Was
4
it
cents.
1 day ago or 2 days ago?
For
I don't
book?
know.
I think it was yesterday. I asked you.
I think it was yesterday. We look at the chart. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. This is a 7-day chart. Yeah. So we just celebrated. I still think this is a good buy if I wanted like a degen pick. But if I didn't want a degen pick, I think Polygon still has some room to run. So I'd be looking at Polygon or Chainlink if you wanted something, you know, relatively less risky.
Yeah. No, definitely. And, you know, speaking of kind of less risky, Ethereum, guys, there's forecasts now for a $5,000 I still think Ethereum is highly undervalued. I mean, at this stage of the bull run, we're not just in a bull run, guys. We're not starting a bull run. I believe we are probably 50% into it. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but there's millionaires that are going to still be made from this. It's just understanding we're up so much already from being just in the market over the last 4 to 5, 6, 8 months. The forecast for Ethereum towards $5,000. So the derivatives market are in full swing. The Ethereum futures experience an unprecedented surge in open interest, reaching a record high of $14 billion. At the same time, the options on Ethereum has reached new highs, reaching $14.77 billion, with call options dominating the landscape at 65%. So volume coming into Ethereum. Now, the products you should be paying attention to on that are going to be layer 2. So Ethereum, obviously flagship crypto. But what altcoins would I be picking up? If I only have $4,000, I'm not going for the Ethereum. I'm not going for the Bitcoin. I'm probably not even going to go for the Link or the Matic, right? I want to go down a little bit further in those layer 2 ecosystems for those mid caps. I want to see a little bit higher returns. And that's because Ethereum's L2s, guys, medium transaction fees have declined now as much as 99% post the brand new Denkin upgrade.
No.
You guys have probably heard about this. This is for Ethereum layer 2 protocols. They're all significantly dropping those fees now. This includes Base, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Sora, and even Optimism. Look at Optimism. Look at just a straight shot to the downside. And by the way, Optimism, if you want to know what I'm really going to be watching, Optimism is by far one of the biggest builders in the market right now, making up of like 60 to 70% of smart contracts on the market right now. I think you have this in a video as well.
Yeah, I talk about it's it's that tale old as time. It's the devs love OP. They use the OP stack on a lot of different coins. I think even Base uses the OP stack. But then Money loves Arbitrum. Arbitrum beats OP in total value locked. So we have big money likes Arbitrum. The devs like OP. Who's going to win that battle? It's really too early to tell.
Too early to tell.
They both have really, really close, fully diluted valuation. I think within 10% of each other. I think it's a $20 and a $22 billion fully diluted valuation. So the markets really kind of have them neck and neck.
Yeah, and I would definitely be paying attention to what's going on there. You also have several other L2 platforms, including Optimism Base. I just mentioned all of those, essentially integrating these zero gas fees. This is the Optimism post I was looking for. On Twitter, we love to see it. OP chains have the most affordable, decentralized L2 transactions after 4844, bringing us to much closer reality of seamless end-to-end user experience. Look at that. And these are called blobs, and blob we trust. That is insane to see those transactions drop. Huge for network adoption. On top of that today, guys, we have Blast mainnet. 1 hour block production had a pause. The network, there was a halt caused by issues from Ethereum's Denkin upgrade. Underscores the blockchain ecosystem's interconnected vulnerabilities. So this happens with any major upgrade. Sometimes you get a lot of FUD around these events because while it might go smooth for Ethereum, a lot of the other L2s or products that are built on top of that may not have as strong as security and may open up a lot more vulnerabilities to these upgrades. And so if Blast saw a bit of a pullback, let me actually pull up Blast's chart right here. I probably saw a 10% pull, I would say. 27. Wow.
Oh, look at this. And I was checking, is Blast using the
Actually,
OP?
I don't think this is the right one.
Is Blast using OP stack? Yes, Blast is a blockchain built on the Optimism rollup, so it is using the OP stack. So I'm not saying that's a huge catalyst there, but that pushes me a little closer to the ARB side versus the OP side. But it could just be a Blast dev didn't do something, or I put a parentheses and I was supposed to put a colon. I don't know. I'm not a coder. Don't ask me.
I'm not the coder. Well, we have Ethereum staking protocols now swelling unveils the layer 2 rollup with 1 billion total value lock. Swell developed the rollup alongside Ethereum Scalar Alt Layer and A16Z backed crypto staking project Eigenlayer. Man, these Eigenlayers always creep into today's shows. Eigenlayer is by far one of the biggest.
Johnny.
Is that Johnny's project? No, it's good though, guys. This is a layer 2 protocol designed to scale the blockchain's capacity. And again, one you're going to be wanting to pay attention to moving into this bull run. Liquid Capital to list Cardano staking ETP on the 6 Swiss exchange today. So shout out to Cardano holders, +1 in the chat for you all. Cardano isn't being totally ignored, even though a lot of people like to kind of shun Charles Hoskinson for whatever. I feel like Charles Hoskinson is the younger brother that is becoming very successful, and the older brothers are all very jealous of him. And they just kind of keep pushing him out of the family, right? They're just
hey, I longed it this morning and made a steak dinner. I did get closed out in profit. So, hey, there's fans out there. There's dozens of us, literally dozens.
Well, another layer 2 you might want to pay attention to, or layer 1, sorry, is actually be an interoperability platform called Cosmos. So Cosmos DeFi, boosted as rivals Osmosis and Astroport, collaborate on programmable liquidity pools. So if you guys aren't familiar with Cosmos, if you want to pull up the chart for it, actually, Cosmos Atom-based decentralized exchange Astroport, this is their DEX, is set to deploy its passive concentrated liquidity, PCL pools on Osmosis, the largest Cosmos-based DEX by volume, following success governance votes by both platforms. I'm curious to know the market cap on that.
Yeah, so our price-wise, you got about a 3x to all-time highs. Market cap, you're going to have about a 2x. So if we look right here, market cap is, I passed it right here. Market cap is $5.2 billion. So pretty high right there. But a lot of the tokens are essentially released here. So you can see, all right, so right now we're at $13. It was around $45. You see like a little bit of a 3x. But if you go to market cap, you can see we're not that far away from $6 billion. The market cap hit 12.5 billion. Still a 2x if we were to hit previous.
I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to have to add this one to the watch list here because Cosmos, the DEX, I was just pulling up Astroport for them that they're promoting in this, is pretty new. It's only been out for a few months. It's about an $80 million market cap here. And I definitely going to want to get some TA on this because that 3-month consolidation does look like that 11 cents, what is this, 15 cents, might be some significant support. And again, guys, you know this, I'm picking up DEXs. I've been buying Ordi Swap. I've been picking up Quick Swap. I've been getting into the DEXs, Camelot on Arbitrum. We've been paying attention to those because when retail comes and we see a price explosion within these altcoins, the DEXs benefit the most. And I really am excited to be a part of that.
We did bring up market cap. We're going to talk about market cap for Solana as well. But high five, I don't think you can convert Picoin to money yet, right? I quit clicking that button on that app a year ago, probably.
I can get Bitcoin. Yeah, I thought, I just never, I was like, dude, this is.
Yeah, nothing's happening here.
I was just like, it's Pi network. Like, yeah, I don't know. It was like, mine it from your Apple phone. And then Apple was like, no, you can't mine from our phones anymore. That was the last time I paid attention to it.
And then 6 months from now, it'll be the hottest airdrop.
Probably.
Like, oh, you weren't hitting the button. We do have a Solana hitting all-time high. But, just like I was talking about the Atom market cap, Solana, all-time high today. But it's for the market cap, not the coin price. And if you look, here is why. It is inflated from 300 million to 443 million. That is almost a 50% increase in the amount of tokens out there. So that is why Solana isn't above $250, even though it has never been worth more money than it is today. So now Bitcoin has surpassed all-time high market cap. Solana has passed all-time high in market cap. What's your favorite coin that has not passed previous all-time high market
Matic
cap?
by far.
Okay.
Matic by far. There's not even a okay. Chainlink's on par with Matic.
Okay.
But those would be the two. Like people are fading Matic. Like that's not perform. Polygon Matic was one of the best performers and leaders in 2021, and they've just gotten better. Their hyper productive token that's releasing, guys, Polls, it's coming. It is going to bring so much more value to their ecosystem. It by far has the most partnerships. I would say it's on par with Chainlink. It is up there. And so that is one of those products I'm like, dude, how are people still fading Polygon Matic?
Someone's asking about the Discord. I was going to maybe try to find a link. I thought Kelly tweeted a link. No, link for the Telegram or the Discord page. Do we not have a Discord link below? We should definitely.
We do have a Discord link below, and you guys got to check it out. If you guys have any issues, just let us know. Email them. There's going to be an email for it. And again, guys, remember, we're at 366 likes right now. If we close that gap, it's only 100 away, guys. Just tap that like button. I'll drop you for free the entire Bitcoin watch list that I put together last night for the Discord. But we have to hit that like button live on stream first. But right now, I want to start taking, we had some questions coming in. What altcoins do you guys want us to pull up? We're going to start taking some Q&A from the chat here. I think there was one article yet left. Is that what you're pulling up?
Aerodrome. Someone's asking about Aerodrome. We like Aero being invested by Coinbase Ventures. It is the DeFi, it's the Aave of Base. And so, I think it could do pretty well. I think it could hit roughly $1 billion market cap.
I think it could. I think I coin. $1 billion market cap?
Yeah, that won't be hard.
No, that's not too hard. If Whiff can do it.
Yeah.
Dog Whiff.
Aave was in the billions. And so I think this next cycle, I think a lot of L2s can hit some pretty close to ETH valuations of 2021.
Ooh, we got a great first question here. IMX, right? IMX, Immutable X, guys, has some massive partnerships. If you guys are looking to get into that Web3 gaming NFT ecosystem, this is going to be one of those projects. Hit an all-time high that was crazy. It was about $9. So, we got to click on market cap first.
It is all-time high on market cap by a
that's
wide
why I
margin.
wanted to click. Yeah, so market cap, look at this, guys. This is why you want to click that. Let me zoom out so you guys can see this a little bit better.
You might need to shrink your window, but
there we go.
So it's a hard coin for me to price because I was giving it to me for free. I was sharing Gods Unchained content, making Gods Unchained YouTube videos for like 100 viewers, and ended up reaching a multi-$1,000 airdrop. So when it's free, it's the spoiled rich kid. So you have two kids, all right? So they both drive a pretty decent car. One kid, he started working at Chick-fil-A at 16. He started saving. He was mowing grass during the summer. The other kid, his parents bought him his car. Who's going to value that car more? I was given my IMX, so it's hard for me to have a real valuation in my mind.
Yeah, and I wanted to show that trick here that we always do on the channel, which is simply, guys, when you're on price, make sure when you guys are on a chart right here, like this chart looks good. Like, wow, it hasn't hit all-time highs yet.
God,
it can do it.
Yeah, it's going to
click market cap, and you'll notice it's the complete opposite. It's actually been diluting its tokens.
Crypto Glassworks, we love you. How's it going? There you go.
Oh, there you go. You got that love. You got that kiss on the cheek there. But yeah, so still, though, I'd have to say IMX, I do think has potential, but it is sitting at roughly, what is happening here? We're going to go, it's sitting at a $5 billion market cap. So can it 2 to 3x? Yeah. Is this going to be my 10x altcoin? No, that's going to be my personal opinion there. What else we got?
A lot of people looking at Avalanche. Because Avalanche has been hot lately. It's flirting with some pretty high levels compared to its previous cycle. If we hit, okay. So this was the first run up with Bitcoin's run up early on, and then this was the run up for November, aka Bitcoin's second run up. You can see it had a really, really good time there. If we hit market cap, it seems to be the theme for today. We are pretty close. We're about 2/3 the way of all-time high. And if you look at price, we're not even halfway there. So not that giant of a disparity. We've seen a lot worse just on the previous token. Bullish on Avalanche. I think it's going to do well. There's Avalanche ecosystem plays that we have covered in a previous video. I would maybe check those out as well. Key is the first one that comes to mind. BenKey. BenKey is down. So Key is on sale. Look at that. But then you go here. Waiting for it, refreshing, CoinGecko. Okay, we still got a little room to grow here. So Key is, I want to say it's a DeFi protocol. We had covered that, did a deep dive. So there's plays within the ecosystem. Coquinu is probably going to outperform Avalanche, and I hate saying it. That being said, I have a lot more Avalanche than Coquinu.
Someone said we're fading. I completely agree with everything you just said. And it's also, Avalanche is a $20 billion market cap. So it's like, again, if I'm going to be going into blue chip, like layer 1, layer 2s, I think have a ton more potential. It's Polygon Matic. It's Chainlink, right? It's going to be, it's not even Solana at this point, but it'd be ETH, Polygon Matic, and Chainlink personally for me. And then past that, I'd be going into lower cap, 5 billion layer 2s and diversify my mid cap range
we
portfolio.
Have Dave Portnoy's dog is typing somehow.
Whoa.
I don't know how the dog has learned how to type.
Peaches.
Yeah, is this a like a what do we have? Is this a Rick and Morty situation where the dog is a lot smarter because of a
Miss
helmet?
Peaches? Tell Dave we'd love to have him on. We could talk crypto. We could talk Bitcoin. We can get him to all the next upcoming trends. Bitcoin DeFi, Dave. Telling you.
I want to get his previous guest on his podcast, NFT Nick. I want to get NFT Nick on.
I sent him a DM
choose
yesterday.
all the haters. Yo, I need my I need like a Lamborghini or something. We're actually filming inside of our space our space station.
I did 2 posts last night. Didn't get enough love.
Belfair.
Here, so the Choose Rich meme. I've been leaning into the meme. I was asked who's my favorite Sports Center announcer of all time. You already know. I choose Rich, baby. I got one more. I
choose Rich, baby.
I was asked who's my favorite rapper on this song. You already know. It's my homie Rich. Homie Quan. I had to choose Rich one more time. And shout out to the world's best burrito tacos. I'm gonna make everybody jealous in the office today.
Are those Rich tacos?
Woo! I felt Rich eating them.
I chose Rich eating these. Yeah, no, it's that's such a great meme going around. I love that like all the there's like a whole Twitter now for all the community notes that are like correcting him. And he's just playing into it's so fun, dude. It's so fun. Like it's just fun.
I'll share one if we want to go ahead and do it. Community notes. There's a page called Community Notes Violating People. And it is pretty hilarious. And they just keep tweeting about him. I mean, careful, risky clicks here. Good morning from my haters from my helipad. He's claiming that's his helipad. I can't quite see. We scroll down here. Let me do it this way. He's claiming it's his helipad. However, a quick look around Google Maps shows that is not owned by him. It's owned by Manhattan, blah, blah, blah. Here's another one. X.com. Hey, good morning, haters from my private movie theater. It is visible that this is not a private movie theater. It is not, nor much private. It is a shared screening room. And they just keep hitting them over and over and over again. Hey, a message to my community notes. I'm driven around by my private chauffeur. Well, it's visible in the reflection that the driver is wearing street clothes and is clearly a Lyft or Uber driver. Just hilarious stuff happening here.
I love it, man. I love the blue glasses too. Like he just knows what he's doing.
He's got a vibe.
He's got a vibe. And chat's asking here though, LRC, what is our thoughts on loop ring? So one of the altcoins that chat is again recommending here have 50 cents now. This is a layer 2. I have to say, one of my shout out to Crypto Network because that is going to be definitely his call. I've been seeing that's probably where you're coming from with this. If you zoom out to that year, right? It hasn't moved yet. It's
Reddit.
a $600 million market cap. It has tons of development that I was looking through his Twitter. He was dropping massive alpha on it. And if you look historically, this thing's it's an old L2. I mean, we're talking 2018. It went into 2019 as well. November 2010, popped off to like $3. You click on market cap, barely changes. So strong tokenomics. Is this going to be your crazy mover? I don't know, but I do think it can move like CeeLo, maybe get 100, 200% out of it.
Reddit loves it
could be a
for
good
some
trade.
reason. I think it's, I would want a L2 or, I wouldn't want an L2 that's built within the last.
It's a DEX.
Yeah, I would want an L2 within the last 2 years being built, not one built 5 years ago.
Yeah,
That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, utilizes ZK rollups, which is an Ethereum 2 scaling solution
that was
migrates
hot 24 months
super
ago.
Super hot. But hey, DEXs might start picking up some volume. I think it could have some good trading positions to be taken within it. Do you think that there is a second? Wait, do you think their second 13 is suppressing price? Do you know what that means?
SEC.
I knew that.
Is the SEC suppressing price? Yeah, of course. They're suppressing the whole industry by their lack of clarification. Just below that post you shared, community note, yes, they are. That was funny. We're not going to talk about that one. That's the whole... I'm not even going to get into it.
Family friendly.
Yeah, any thoughts on Walmart? The Waltons are very rich.
They're evil.
It seems like they missed the boat not going heavily into online ordering 12 years ago. That's when they really need to build that base. And so they missed out. We respect everyone. Yes. We try to be very respectful here. Crow fam. Yeah, we got a lot of Crow fam. Loop ring is GameStop's chain of choice. Is that bullish? Is it bullish? I'm asking a real question. Is it bullish or bearish?
For
GameStop choosing loop ring.
That's bearish.
I mean, let's be real. Has GameStop been known to make the right decisions, or has it been because of Reddit that saved
I'm still
GameStop?
pissed off. They only gave me 17 cents for Halo.
Yeah, that just never worked. That never worked. Just NFTR games for us, please. That'd be nice. Please and thank you. Look, GameStop is just going to be a hype cycle. Maybe it comes back again in 4 years, right? It's an OG love thing, but is it going to be as big as what we had with Of course, the dumb money. You guys saw the movie. Like, is it going to be as big as Wall Street Bets made it? I don't know. I think they're going to move on to the next shiny object.
All right.
I could be wrong again. That's just that you're playing in the meme category,
Folks, we'll just end with a fake video to scare you into hitting the like button. Go ahead and hit that like button because it's humans giving you this content now. It might be robots in the future. So go ahead, support your human creator. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, we bring you live content 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time every day. And we bring you content 7 days a week, multiple uploads. We're out here trying to give you the alpha to give you yourself financial freedom. Like I said, you're not bullish enough. You're not bullish enough on that like button. Smack.